Ratatouille is a 2007 American computer-animated comedy film presented by Walt Disney Pictures, produced by Pixar Animation Studios, tells the story of Remy, a rat living in Paris who wants to be a chef. The title refers to the French dish ratatouille, which is served at the end of the film, and also references the species of the main character, a rat. Development for Ratatouille began in 2000 when Pinkava wrote the original concepts of the film, although he was never formally named the director of the film. In 2005, following Pinkava's departure from Pixar for lacking confidence in the story development, Bird was approached to direct the film and revise the story. Remy is a rat who lives in the attic of a French country, gifted with a strong sense of smell and taste. Remy aspires to be a gourmet chef, inspired by France's recently deceased top chef, Auguste Gusteau. When the pack is discovered by the home's occupant, they flee into the sewers. Remy becomes separated from the others and ends up marooned underneath Gusteau's restaurant in Paris, conversing with the hallucination of the famous chef. Urged on by Gusteau, Remy makes his way up to the restaurant's kitchen skylight to watch the staff in action. There, he observes Alfredo Linguini being hired as a garbage boy by Skinner, the restaurant's current owner, and Gusteau's former sous chef. When Linguini spills some of the soup and attempts to recreate it using random ingredients, Remy is horrified, and falls into the kitchen. There, instead of escaping, he fixes the soup. Remy is caught by Linguini. The soup is served and Skinner notices a woman tasting the soup. She turns out to be a food critic and that she likes the soup. Colette, the staff's only female chef, convinces Skinner to retain Linguini, believing him to be the success behind the soup. Linguini takes Remy home instead of killing him, as Remy was the little chef who made the soup. After a lot of training, Remy and Linguini overcome their language barrier, with Remy pulling Linguini's hair under his toque blanche to control his limbs like a marionette. The pair successfully meets the challenges devised by Skinner and is able to serve his first ever dish. Skinner, suspicious of Linguini's talents, discovers that Linguini is actually Gusteau's son and, by Gusteau's will, is the rightful owner of the restaurant. This revelation would ruin Skinner's plans to use Gusteau's name to market a line of microwavable meals and fire him in the process. Remy discovers the documents and takes them to Linguini, who subsequently fires Skinner and takes control of the restaurant. When Remy is reunited with the pack, he feeds Emile and his friends by stealing from the kitchen's pantry as the nights pass. As the part of Anton Ego, a food critic's inspection, Linguini came to take the kitchen's food stocks. Then he catches the rats in the act and chases them all out, including Remy, feeling betrayed. Remy, dejected, is captured by Skinner. When Remy returns to the kitchen, frantic Linguini apologizes and asks Remy back to help. Linguini then reveals the truth about Remy to the staff, who walk out feeling deceived and betrayed. Colette later returns after recalling Gusteau's motto, "Anyone can cook." Colette later returns after recalling Gusteau's motto, "Anyone can cook." Impressed by his son's determination, Django organizes the rest of the pack to help out in the kitchen. The rats, under Remy's direction, work together to prepare a variation on ratatouille for Ego. Ego is amazed by the dish, which evokes childhood memories of his mother's cooking, and asks to see the chef. Linguini and Colette wait until all the other customers leave to introduce Remy to Ego. Although initially disbelieving, Ego is brought into the kitchen to watch Remy recreate the dish. He leaves without any further comment. To everyone's surprise, Ego writes a glowing review of the meal the next day, declaring Remy to be nothing less than the finest chef in France. Ego loses his job and his credibility as a food critic for praising a restaurant filled with rats. However, he eagerly funds a new restaurant run by Linguini and Colette, featuring dining areas for both humans and rats and a kitchen designed for Remy to continue cooking. The final scene shows a long queue outside and a sign displaying a rat wearing a toque and holding a spoon. Above it, the name, La Ratatouille, as the rat colony settles into their new home in the bistro's attic. The film became a critical and commercial success, grossed $623.7 million. finishing its theatrical run as the sixth highest-grossing film of 2007 and the year's second highest-grossing animated film, and received widespread critical acclaim for its screenplay, animation, humor and voice acting. It also won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature and was nominated for several more, including Best Original Screenplay. Ratatouille was later voted one of the 100 greatest motion pictures of the 21st century by a 2016 poll of international critics conducted by the BBC. Thanks for watching.